Lily, can you tell us about Monday the 8th of November, from the time you woke up all the way through the end of the night?
I woke up, I think it was around 6:30 with Dominic. Fed him his formula, which usually takes half an hour. Had a little time to snuggle him. I made my coffee and my toast. Lucas woke up around 7:30. So then I put Dominic in his pack and play. I always sit with Lucas on the couch for a few minutes. He has his milk. Then I read him a book. So now we're going on 8 o'clock. I just say good morning to Lucas, read him a book. Pete gets up around 8. So he was up. He goes to work at 9, so we had that hour of family time. And Lucas watches a little cartoon during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And we play with Dominic. We didn't notice anything out of the ordinary as far as Dominic's behavior in the morning. He was his normal, happy self. So Pete went to work about 8:45, his normal time. Lucas had some Cheerios. I took Dominic's, he's got a seat chair outside. I took both of them outside. No, I'm sorry. I put his seat outside. Dominic was in his swing. I have a sound monitor that I took outside with me. He was resting in his swing. He seemed content. So I had my monitor on. I went outside with Lucas. He went on the swing. Monday is our trash day. He likes to watch the recycling with the big arms take the can.
That's cute.
So yeah, and we can see that over the fence. So
that's really cute.
Yeah, so we were doing that. He was on his swing. I heard Dominic kind of fussing. He wanted out of the swing. So Lucas went into his sandbox. I took Dominic out of the swing. He went in his seat outside. He likes to watch his big brother. So he was content, just sitting in the shade, watching him in the sandbox. Lucas spent probably 20 minutes in there, and then went to his, it was nice outside. I'm glad the weather's cooling off, but.
Me too.
Yeah. I filled up he's got a water table, and I have pictures. Lucas is at his water table playing, with his water toys, and Dominic was sitting watching him. So I'm trying to think what time it must have been when we went inside. We were out there maybe 9:30 to 10:30. We all went back inside. I made breakfast for Lucas. He likes whole wheat waffles. So we did that.
We have that in common.
Dominic has a sit-me-up seat that I put in the middle of the dining room table. There's no chance of that becoming any
falling off or whatever. It's
right,
in the
it's
middle
very
of the table.
secure.
Yeah.
Okay, right
yes.
on. Right on.
Yes. So he and he likes to watch me in the kitchen. He's very proud of himself sitting up. So he was doing that while I made Lucas's breakfast. I think we were hanging out in the living room. I took Dominic out of his pack and play. We went for more tummy time in the room. Lucas didn't want to come in the room, but he stayed in the living room. We did our tummy time, maybe 20 minutes. I changed Dominic's diaper, put him in his pajamas. It was maybe a little before 9. I tried to give him his other bottle. He seemed very tired, but he hadn't, he had fallen asleep in the car, but he hadn't napped since he got up right before 5. So he had been up 4 hours. He seemed very tired. I tried to give him his bottle, and he just didn't want it. He seemed like he was falling out, like he was ready to sleep. I remember encouraging him to swallow it like this. He just didn't want it. I held him for a minute. I put him down in his bassinet in the room, with the door open. I went back to Lucas, changed his diaper, put him in his pajamas, put on his relaxing fishes again. He seems to only rest if I sit with him. So I was sitting on the couch with him probably 20 minutes. It was just before 9:30. I went back in the room to see if Dominic had fallen asleep. Sometimes he will just lay there. There was a fox on his bassinet that he likes to just kind of look at. But when I went back, he wasn't breathing. His lips were blue. I picked him up out of the bassinet. I don't have much light in my room, went into the kids' room directly across the hall, put him on his changing table, immediately noticed he's unresponsive. I could not find my cell phone in a hurry. I knew I would need an ambulance. I'm a nurse. I would have immediately called 911 on speakerphone and initiated CPR. I panicked, ran to my neighbor's house, right next to my house. Her husband drives an ambulance for pediatrics. She said, go to my mother-in-law's house, directly across the street. We laid Dominic down in the garage, initiated CPR. I do remember giving him the breaths, and he was full of, I don't know, it was brown. He was very junky. There was brown liquid coming out of his mouth. I believe that it's a matter of shock and trauma that I can't recollect him being taken by the ambulance, but I know that that is what happened up until that point. And my husband and I were at Sarasota Memorial Hospital with Dominic. I remember being at his bedside in the ER. I remember going into the ER, talking to a nurse who knew my sister's husband, and he was bay-flighted to Tampa General Hospital. There wasn't room on the flight for me to go with him.